What's up, everybody? I have an important news here that I have to share with everybody. It's really important to the point where we have to stop like our lives as a normal person. Let's simp for abroad in Japan instead. What I mean by that is, you know what, those I was kind of checking abroad in Japan, the channel like myself, like freaking 10 minutes ago, and damn, you know what? I support like everybody who's freaking talented and who's freaking smart and who's really, you know, good at doing things and whatever. And abroad in Japan is the best. Abroad in Japan is the best. You have to vote yes. You have to vote for yes. Like, you really cannot vote no. So I kind of want it actually to know what everybody thinks. See? Like, I know everybody likes abroad in Japan as well. So what's your background music name? This one? I just named it like typical metal. If you mean like this one, which one is it? This one. It's called I Don't Have a Life, but it doesn't really matter. Anyways, so this time, too much volcano on him. What do you mean? I kind of wanted to actually watch some stuff with everybody today in this stream, because like, he actually uploaded this video last week, right? And it's like a week ago. I haven't still watched it yet. And I really wanted to watch it somehow, but I just didn't really want to watch it by myself, so I was like, maybe I can just watch it with everybody. No copyright. I don't really think he will copyright strike me for watching his stuff. If he did, I'm gonna just make a meme out of it. And if I actually got copyrighted, isn't it? I don't really think his stuff is copyrighted. Wait, tell me, everybody. Is his stuff actually copyrighted? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I really don't think so. Is it? Ah, you YouTuber, hell yeah, that's my favorite clip too, probably. I really don't think so. And by the way, if I got copyrighted, just freaking make a meme out of it. And I kind of wanted to just watch this one, not this one. And Wild Network, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. He likes reactions, I think. So, yeah, the thing about it is he definitely made a video about freaking people watching his stuff and going like, oh my gosh, huh. I know he's fine with like a lot of people doing that. Now, so many Japanese reactors made reaction videos of it. Yeah, right, I know about it. He even like freaking made a video about it too, right? But thank you so much for the donation again, Wild Network. I really appreciate it. What was it called again? I actually watched that one video on my channel too, like this one. What I really think about Japanese YouTubers. And yeah, I watched it before on my channel, like while streaming. And I think I can watch his stuff, and you know, I mean, I'm not gonna make a video out of it. I'm not gonna really like leave the archive or anything. But we can watch it together because we simp for abroad in Japan for his like amazingness, right? Yo, I accidentally sent this stream to my school group. Hell yeah, let's just watch abroad in Japan. This is legit good for education. Oh, by the way, there's some chance I might suddenly disappear from YouTube. This is actually an important announcement. Alright, so I know like it's kind of hard to read it, but there's some chance I might suddenly disappear from YouTube. And let me explain. So I was working earlier, like 3 hours ago, 5 hours ago, and I got a phone call from my sister actually. And my sister called me and she told me like, hey, can I talk to you about something? And I was like, yeah, what's up? And she was like, do you do YouTube? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I thought you knew. And yeah, so the thing about it is like, she my family members know about my channel. Like obviously, my father knows about my channel, and obviously my mom. I literally did things with my mom, and the thing about it is like I have 2 nephews, and they are like freaking 7 years old and 13 and whatever. So they are still like in the 4th grade or like 7th grade. They are still kids. They don't know about my channel. They don't know about my channel. They found my channel 5 hours ago, and they watched this clip actually. Sora that's roll, normal Japanese. They watched this one clip. Let me explain. Was it this video? Here. So here, right? So I basically, they found this video, right? And one of my nephews watched this video, the young one, right? And he freaking found this video and he watched it, and he noticed I had Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is apparently really expensive and which is freaking really rare. And he's now threatening me to give him the card. He's like, if you don't give me the card, I will kill you. And I'm like, try it, dude. You were still a squeaker. 1v1 And yeah, but obviously, I don't actually think I will disappear from YouTube suddenly. But I'm just saying, he might kill me sometime in the future. According to my 7-year-old nephew, he's like, please, I really want the card. And apparently, this card is like freaking rare and expensive, right? Right? Yeah. That Red Eyes, it's so rare. Yeah, I didn't know about it. I mean, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! And whatever. This is not even like my card. I think it's like Nakabe? Or like Hiraki's card or something. So yeah, my nephew, my 7-year-old nephew is freaking like threatening me. So I might actually die. And, you know, just in case if I die, it's my nephew. Anyway, so I just wanted to kind of mention it, and it was really embarrassing actually, because like, you know, my nephew watched, like found my channel, right, and he freaking went to my video page and like he saw like all these stuff, right, which is, meh, I'm fine with it, but it was just kind of embarrassing. So, Sora-san, konnichiwa. Rip Nakabe's card. So I don't know, like, I'm just saying, my nephew might actually kill me. What the? Wait till he finds out about the How to Say series. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, How to Say series though. So like, the thing about it is like, again, I say that my family members know about my channel, right? Like, they know about my channel. They watch my channel. And they probably, I don't know, like, if they actually watch my streams or not, because, like, I do things in English, and I'm the only person, like, who speaks English in my family. And the thing about it is, so that's true, How to Say series, right? The thing about it is, like, yeah, damn, How to Say, it's not length, but width that matters in Japanese. Like, that one, damn, freaking, they will know what it's about. And How to Say your thighs look juicy in Japanese. Yeah, like, I mean, if my nephew actually finds like those series, I will be like, actually, I don't know, I might socially die from it. So your nephew is watching this right now. There's some possibility. Yeah, right. But thank you so much for the donation, Muharrem. I really appreciate it, and I like your icon. I actually drew it myself. Anyways, let's just watch this one because I'm really curious what it's about. So I just replied Kakushaku on the comment section. It's just streaming? Wait, Rin Kakushaku. Oh, by the way, we are gonna do a collab next week. Oh, she's streaming.
So this
okay.
Incredible, astonishing looking building behind me is the Nakagin Capsule Tower building. It is perhaps not only my favourite building in all of Tokyo, but in all of
Ginza! Wait, I actually wanted to freaking go to Ginza myself.
Japan. And while I'd like to tell you a happy story about how
why is Japanese ads so weird? It's not Japanese ads are weird. No, Japanese ads are never weird. No, they are never weird. It's just.
Unfortunately, its future.
And by the way, look at his haircut. Look at that. Look at the fade. Damn. It's just so well done. Damn. Isn't it so well done? Isn't it just so well? Damn, look at his hairline. Damn.
50th year anniversary.
Damn.
Unfortunately,
Damn. He pays a lot of money for his hair, huh? I can tell.
its future.
Damn. Damn, look at that sideburn. Damn. This part. Boom. Damn.
It's not looking so good.
Japan building always looks so weird. It's not that though, it's just Ginza. This is Ginza. Ginza's like freaking so different from like any other cities. Chris hairline, so yeah, he's got like an amazing hairline. Like it's kind of weird in Japan though. Like you cannot really get a hairline like that. Are we watching YouTuber? We are simping for him too. And I thank you so much, Nene Amano, kawaii. Fund for Sora to get YouTube Premium. Let's see if it's possible or not. And 出雲カレンチャンネル、ありがとうございます。なんか女のアバターの人ですよね。
また同じような形で使える。でもカプセルも例えば住居用のカプセルとか事務用のカプセルとかいろんなカプセルに交換すればいろんな目的で使えるというのが一つの方向ではありました。
It may look like Jenga with washing machines, but don't be fooled. These are 140 tiny capsule apartments.
Oh, where's Daku? Oh, that VTuber actually got cancelled. Long story short, I was trolling with the avatar, right? And a lot of people told me cringy. Not me. Told Dog that he's cringy, and yeah, he cancelled himself. Like he called me the other day saying like, "Oh my gosh, my view was so harsh on me, and I wanted to quit the VTubing." And yeah, he just got cancelled. And Wild Network, thank you so much. Abroad in Japan is ultimate gaijin. I agree with you, and he's freaking awesome.
But why
We
was it
Simp
built?
for abroad
What's
in
it
Japan.
like inside? And who's called it home these past 50 years? We're going inside the Nakagin Capsule Tower to take a look at the past.
Is it me who kind of feels who kind of thinks like his narration somewhat satisfying? Is it only me? Well, let me actually take a poll. Is narration satisfying? I know I spelled it wrong, but still. And thank you so much for the donation, Antonio Romero. How is not Sora in Trash Taste yet? He's deep in the rabbit hole as far as I'm concerned. So a lot of people actually agree with me. So I don't know like if everybody's gonna agree with me on this or not, but like I feel like he's got the voice for like you know what I'm trying to say, like ASMR and stuff like that. He has experience narrating. Really? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Present and future of this incredible building. There's nothing else quite like it. There may never be a
Better than 興味深い真実. Don't dox me like that. Don't dox me like that. I mean, we can watch it later.
And this time next
But I kinda
year,
wanna watch this
may be
now.
lost forever.
Yeah, so 興味深い真実 is like one like channel I work for as a voice actor, like a voiceover artist, right? He was an English teacher. I know. Yeah, I know. Wait, I actually want to like watch that one video where he's talking about the his experience like in Japan as an English teacher. English teacher. Wasn't he also in Japanese TV? I'm not really sure. Oh, what teaching English in Japan was really like? He doesn't simp Japan compared to other YouTubers. He is like, what's amazing about abroad in Japan and like why we simp for abroad in Japan is like, so I freaking just decided to use the word simp in this stream just because like I knew everybody was gonna call me a simp for like doing stream in the first place. But what he does is like really accurate, which is kind of.
I found this book at the back of my cupboard yesterday. It's a book filled with goodbye messages from Japanese students I used to teach.
Thank you for reading me English. Oh, teaching me English. I really appreciate your kindness. I'm going to miss you, but I will study English more. See you again. That's sweet, isn't it? That's sweet, isn't it? That's sweet, isn't it? You know what's funny though? So like when I quit my teaching job, I was a teacher before too. I actually got cards like these too.
I got this in my last week.
And there was like this one kid who freaking like gave me a card like that was like where like there was like a freaking proof on the card, and I was like, yeah, this kid Of course, he's like freaking 7, and he thinks it's hilarious. And I thought that was hilarious, so I'm 7.
Teacher. Now, I don't want to brag too much, but you'll get a sense of what a great English teacher I was and the positive impact.
So I was a teacher? I was, yeah.
A few of these messages. We've got one here from Yuka who says, "Dear Chris, hello."
I think I literally made a video about like my experience as a teacher recently. No?
Chris, thank you so far. It was always fun. Of course it was. Watch for a body. It will.
I'm probably just really dirty-minded for freaking finding this funny, right? But like it actually happens, like stuff like that happens in Japan. So like this is normal. Like watch for a body, right? Watch for a body. Like it's a normal thing. It freaking happens everywhere. I mean, I experienced stuff like that too. It's actually a thing. It's actually a thing. Like I'm not over exaggerating or anything. Is that pee-pee? So the thing about it is like that's supposed to be an arm like this flexing, right? But what's really funny is like this part is freaking like somewhat looking like a pee-pee a little bit, and it will become big, right? VIP day BIG. Boom. And yeah, I don't know what does that mean. It just means your thing will big, right? I actually know what they wanted to say though. So as a Japanese guy I know like what this student wanted to say actually. It was always fun. Watch for bodies, like probably take care of your body is probably what they want to say, because that's kind of how we say it in Japanese. Like, 体に気をつけて, maybe.
Big, VIP to big. What? This was written, what, 4 years ago, and I still don't know what...
I can try to analyze what that is. VIP de big. So that part is probably Japanese, right? VIP de big. That means nothing.
This was written, what, 4 years ago, and I still don't know.
He was
what
called
that means.
fat, fat a lot by Japanese. Really? He's not fat though.
VIP to big sounds like a chronically overweight rapper.
Is he fat? I don't think so. Wait, is he fat?
But perhaps it is alluding to the fact that at the time I was...
I don't really think he's fat. He's like perfect, no? Or am I just... Is he... I don't really think he's fat, honestly. He was a bit... Really? I'm not really sure if he's buff either, but... He's chunky. I don't really think he's overweight. I don't... That's body shaming. I'm just saying, like, he's not fat is like what I'm saying. Like, if I'm saying like, oh, he's fat, then that's kind of body shaming. I don't really think he's fat though.
I was teaching a lot of students.
Yeah, I don't really think he's fat. Like, he's actually perfect as like it is right now. So.
Some teachers were worried that I was putting on weight just because my diet was pretty.
And I think I've been saying this, but he is definitely good looking as well. I want to say.
Does seem to be a recurring thing,
at least in Japan,
amongst a few of these.
I can kind of tell like how she got freaking like 10,000 different ladies.
Karen, who says, "Dear Chris, thank you for teaching English until now. It was fun to be able to club together. It's important to point out for legal reasons I didn't go club."
I was like, I mean, that's normal. And I just freaking started thinking about like what that was in English, and I was like, yeah, I mean, there's like everything wrong with it. Well, let me explain. It was fun to be able to club together. Can you guys guess what that means, by the way? I suddenly remembered the fan art where he and Trash Taste boys are in the left. Yeah. Can you guys guess though what this means? It was fun to be able to club together. Fun clubbing. Club? No, it's not a club or anything. And a Janger Kaziev, thank you. I don't know what to write, so there was a story with a foreigner talking to Tengin in a shop. Tengin, genkin desu ka? And this foreigner answers like, genki desu. Yeah, I feel like yeah, that can happen as well. Yeah. School club, yeah, that's what they mean. Like, school club. School club. Like, so that's what we kind of talk about, like... Thank you for, it was fun to be able to club together. Like, maybe what he or she meant was like, it was really fun to play table tennis with you in the table tennis club. Yeah, 部活動, that's like what they mean. So like they don't really mean clubbing, and I just figured out they are like freaking like 14 or like 15 years old maybe, or like could be they are in high school as well, but I'm not really sure.
To club together. It's important to point
Activities,
out
yeah, club activities.
I didn't go
Activities
clubbing
is
with
like what
students.
they mean.
She is just referring to the after-school English club. And she continues, please be stomach much more healthy in the...
Wait, what's please be stomach? I'm Japanese myself and I don't know what this means. Wait, what? Let's actually analyze what this is. Please stomach. What? Oh, yeah. Wait. Please be stomach. Please be stomach. Wait. Please be stomach. Oh. Okay, now that makes sense. Those students are freaking making fun of Chris Broad. I mean, yeah, watch for a body will become big. And oh, they are making fun of Chris Broad for his freaking body shape. Well, again, I mean, wait, he was kind of different before, right? And that's kind of why those students are going like savage on him. 言いたいことは伝わる。これ多分ですけど、so probably I can tell. By the way, I can kind of tell those letters or cars are from girls, like 100%. I can 100% tell, like they are from girls, right? So Chris Broad is definitely popular with girls, because I really don't feel like he got this from guys actually. And girls in Japan tease you a lot when they are into you. Like I think it's like the same in any countries actually. He was thinner in his early videos. I know, but yeah. So by the way, an important tip to live in Japan: when girls tease you like this, 98% of the time they are into you. Or maybe I could be wrong, but yeah, they are into you. Or like they are interested in your personality.
Messages. Got one here.
Friendly roast.
Karen.
It's more like, could be a friendly roast, but it's more like a, I don't like you, but this is my chocolate for you kind of stuff, like a tsundere kind of stuff. It's really a thing in Japan. Did the Japanese girls used to bully you, Sora? I want to say something funny, so I want to say like, oh my gosh, girls bullied me all the time and I liked it. I really want to say that as an entertainment like stuff, but like in reality, no, I was actually good friends with like a lot of people, so that never really happened. So like I was not popular with girls, like legit 100%.
Says, dear Chris, thank you for teaching English.
I think it's called a friend zoning in English, and in Japanese I don't really think there's a term for it. And thank you so much for the donation, WY. Thanks for all the laughs, Sora. Thank you so much for the donation. I don't really think I did anything yet, so what, but thank you.
It was fun to be able to club together.
And thank you so much, Goza-san. Do Japanese girls like long-haired European guys? They do. Wait. Long-haired European. Like this, right? They do. But if you mean this, Korpiklani, for example, they don't. I kind of want to click this, but I will get copyrighted, so. They do, but like, if you are like, if you look like you were in metal band or something, they will freaking stay away from you. Be careful.
Important to point out, for legal reasons, I didn't go clubbing with underage students. She is just referring to the after-school English club. And she continues, please be stomach much more healthy in the future. Please be stomach much more healthy in the future. Well, I did heed her words. I'm not yet entirely stomach, but it's just nice, you know, reading through these heartwarming comments. Reminds me of a simpler time, a time when I used to teach English in a room to thousands of students. And today, given that I've discovered lots of stuff from my past, I thought I would discuss teaching English in Japan, because it's a popular...
Oh, that's what he looked like before! Holy, he looks like one of my teachers back then when I was back in university. Are you Mr. What was his name again? I forgot like what his name was. Like my teacher back in university. What was his name again? I just know him as like a Mr. Matt. But
requested topic, and I've got a lot of stories.
why are you a bit raspy today, Sora? I think I've been like this.
Experience from my time teaching.
Oh, what the? I knew it. He's freaking popular with ladies. I knew it. Wait, and he was fat? Wait, what? I don't think he was fat. No. What? This is perfect though. Wait, who thinks he is fat though? Like, I'm actually curious. Who's calling him fat? Like, that just makes no sense actually. イケメン、いや、ほんとイケメンどころのレベルじゃない。It's not like he's good looking, but it's just, holy damn, like, if you tell me something like he does movies and he's in Hollywood and stuff like that, I have to believe it. You know, I know like a lot of people here freaking simps for VTubers, but which one is more simpable? I didn't spell it right, but I don't want to fix it now. So VTubers abroad in Japan. Tell me everybody. I'm really curious. We just saw freaking this picture. You really cannot tell me he's not good looking. He's freaking. That's a. See, I'm running. I knew it. I'm actually really happy that everybody simps for abroad in Japan. And Thomas Lewis, thank you so much. Is it normal for young Japanese boys and girls to be friends? Maybe. It really depends on the situation, but maybe, yeah, I guess. Yeah. It really depends. VTubers has nothing on him. Right, but I mean, yeah, I know, like, abroad in Japan shouldn't be compared with, like, VTubers, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people simp for VTubers recently, so I kind of wanted to, this is kind of sudden, but I kind of wanted to watch this, but this is kind of sudden, but the most simpable VTuber right now, I think is, what is his name again? What's his name? Kamiya. I feel like he has like the he has so many simps to the point where he can actually conquer the world with his channel. Is like what I've been kind of feeling like. So yeah, in my opinion, he's like the biggest VTuber. He could be one of the biggest VTubers to have like many simps. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but
with over 2,000 hours of classroom experience that I can draw upon. I'm not going to hold back on my opinions today on the teaching methods, the teachers, the students, the environment. I'll try and cover it all, so you know what you're getting into if you should follow a similar path. Now, I'll be open up front about the fact that I didn't come to Japan because I was excited about the prospect of teaching English. Like 80% of people, I came to teach English in Japan because I was excited.
Are there any people who want to come to Japan as an English teacher? Lots of simps. He's a smart boy. Yeah, I really thought he's actually really smart. Like, so a lot of YouTubers are great businessmen as well, and yeah, he's really smart for creating a channel like that. He's actually really smart. Like, if you look at it, like, you know, without thinking about what he's doing, and if you look at what's happening, he's really smart. Yes, no, not really. Natsuki is what really is simpable. I want to come to Japan for a Japanese kanojo. I want to come just as a tourist. So if you're thinking about coming to Japan as an English teacher, I don't really recommend you to do it. But he's going to talk about it probably in this video. So.
Of living in Japan. In my rare defence, I did take a short course on teaching English as a foreign language at my university, and my degree was in business and English linguistics. So, you know, I can speak really
Have you taught Japanese before?
English
I did, yeah.
Words. I know all the most best words that there is. This bunch of torn and tea-stained documents. Why is there tea stain on it? This is my original jack.
It's a Japanese thing as well, for sure. It could be probably like a British thing. I don't know. It could be just a freaking like everywhere thing, like where it's gonna stain for some reason by tea or something, and like you don't know like how that happened. I really thought it's like a Japanese thing, cause like You know, there's like tea and water everywhere in Japan. Like you can freaking find stuff like this everywhere, and you will find a lot of like states like that.
My application for the Japan Exchange teaching program, which I also discovered at the back of my wardrobe. I didn't even know I had this still. Now I know the criteria for getting on the JET program or getting a job teaching English in Japan. I can see that my application has none of those things. I mean, it's so bad that I even wrote about a holiday that I had in Dubai as an example of culture shock and how I'd be able to adapt to culture shock in Japan. I was culture shocked by Dubai because it was hot and there's lots of sand. I hate sand.
I don't really think that's culture shock, but is it culture shock? I'm not really sure. I will come to Japan to study Nihon Kongyuki to learn character designing and stuff. You have to find a job too, though.
That's not even culture, that's just a geographical fact. And for the section on Japanese language ability, yeah, it's just blank, there's nothing there. Nevertheless, with my wealth of cultural experiences, I got on the JET program. I somehow passed the application process and I ended up with the role as an agent.
By the way, if you were like thinking about coming to Japan though, everybody, like there are some people who just said, I'm thinking about coming to Japan and whatever, right? If you're thinking about coming to Japan, don't use like a JET program or like ALT program and whatever. They are gonna just, I don't know, use you. I mean, obviously you work for people, so you kind of get used by some people, but like they literally use you, as in like they use you like items. So don't really do that, is what I kind of want you guys to remember, because I have like a one friend who works for, you know, one of those stuff, and yeah, I really don't think I can recommend it to everybody.
ALT, assistant language teacher, and I got placed right
yeah, I think it depends on like where you work for as well.
Here, in a beautiful rural area where absolutely nobody...
If you work for like some school, like in rural side, the country area, then it will be fine. But if you work in Tokyo, then it's gonna be freaking disastrous.
...feels the need to know English. Now, I've heard a lot of people criticise the JET program.
You mean as a teacher? Yeah,
because they say that money invested in the foreign teacher could...
Wait, what's his name again? He looks like that one guy. That one guy from like Hollywood. Wait. Superman? Wait, Superman. He kinda does. Wait. He kinda does. Leonardo Yeah. Holy hell. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio is like one of the, you know, like, best actors ever, right? Like one of the best looking people is probably the right way to say it. But damn, look at that. Damn. You know what, everybody? Abroad in Japan is freaking a model. I'm not saying it. Alright then, I'm not. If you are not seeing it, then just Superman. You can kind of see it. I kind of want to just replace his face with an actual like you know, his face and see like what happens. But damn, either way, I really want to tell everybody that he gets all the ladies.
It could be spent on Japanese teachers. It could be.
You say not really?
Elsewhere, in better ways. But Lord knows they need more foreigners in rural Japan. I once dated a Japanese girl from that town, and when it came to meeting her mum had never met a white person before, despite being 50-something. So I met her, and she was actually so scared of me that she hid behind her daughter. She was scared as if I was some sort of rabid dog who would rip her arm off, which, you know, I wouldn't do that. That's not the sort of thing I would do. To be fair, I did think about going along with it and being like, oh yeah, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. But I didn't do that, because I'm not mental. The senior high school where I worked had about 1,200
By the way, I really want everybody to know, but how many people here are Americans? I'm curious. Say yes if you're American. And thank you so much, Lara. Lara, wish we could get a Sora X abroad in Japan collab. It's not like I want to do a collab with him, but like I really want to just meet him. He's like one of my heroes. So there are some Americans, right? And there are some people who are not Americans, but there are a lot of Americans. And I know like there are a lot of Americans because like Americans are the ones who watch my channel the most. So like I knew like there are a lot of Americans. But let me tell you something really interesting. If you say, so if you are from like, let's say America or England, Australia maybe, but like if you're just from America, and if you come to America and say, I'm American, you will get a lot of great attention. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people like did a video on it. If you were German, like it's the same for you by the way. Like German Americans, like those people freaking get popular like everywhere. And I've been kind of talking about this story everywhere. But let's say I had this one friend who was freaking just 100% a nerd, right? He came to Japan. He looks like a typical nerd with glasses on, and he didn't have like a single girlfriend in his entire life. He's been single. He came to Japan and he freaking made 3 girlfriends in Japan in like 2 months, and I was like, what the hell? But yeah, that happens.
Students, it was
what I'm trying to say is, if you are not Japanese and if you are from especially American, then boom.
Big, and they were all aged 16
What about
to
Asian?
18.
It really depends. Like, so if you're American, it doesn't matter. Like, your race doesn't matter. Just say I'm American, and it will be like, whoa, because a lot of people in Japan think, like Americans are all from Hollywood or like some rock bands and whatever.
Within that school,
And I'm not even like being like stupid. I'm not like BSing right now. I'm actually serious.
12 English teachers and 120 teachers in general. And I quickly found out when I arrived.
I'm Indian and I'm kinda hot. If you say, from my experience, if you say I'm kinda hot, like yourself, I really feel like this is probably just only in Japan. I don't really think this is only in Japan though. But if you say I'm hot, like yourself, I feel like a lot of people will kind of try to stay away from you, especially in Japan. So don't do that in Japan. Like your nationality, that doesn't matter actually in this case. So like if you say I'm American and I'm kind of hot, if you say that, it's the same in the same in any countries. I want to think, but people will be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? So be careful, especially Japan, just like a place. It's the place like where being humble is really, really important. Yeah, don't do that anyway. Right, but especially in Japan, don't do that, because like Japan is a country where politeness and like being humble is really, really important. So don't do that. So you know what's funny though? This is actually, I think there was like this paper about how to be popular and stuff, and especially in Japan, there's this one way to get popular. Go up to people and say, I'm not popular, I'm not good looking. And I don't know like how it works, but in Japan, people will freaking fall for you if you do that. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. So, we have like this one phrase, which is like 調子乗ってる. Let me actually write it here because it's really important. 調子乗ってる. So, 調子乗ってる means like 調子 is like condition, and 乗ってる is like on. Reverse psychology, it's kind of like that, but in Japan, it's like a lot more different. Because like, so in self-deprecation, that too, but in Japan it's a little bit different. The culture is different. Like, so for example though, I know a little bit about America, so let me just talk about like Americans a little bit. So in America, confidence is everything, right? Like if you are confident and go like, you know what, I can do this, and I can also make this by myself, and I can also beat you with my index finger. What do you think? If you do that in America, people will be like, oh my gosh, right? I know it's cringy, but right? Americans love that, yeah, right? In Japan, people don't love that, so don't do that. If you do that, like, that's 調子乗ってる. That's very 調子乗ってる. And 調子乗ってる means like, you're on your conditions, like what it means. Like that's the direct translation of it. Because 調子 is like condition, I think, and 乗ってる is like on it. You're on your conditions, like what it means. But what it really means, like getting carried away or like getting cocky is like what it means. And if you are like full of yourself, if you act confident in Japan, イケメンだったらいけるかも。イケメンだと確かにそうなんですけど、でも in general, 調子乗ってる yeah, cocky, yeah, basically. Getting ahead of yourself, something like that, yeah. So, Japan is a country where you are supposed to be polite and humble, right? You are supposed to go like, よろしくお願いします。no, そんなこともう全然私何もできないんですけど、no, I really cannot do that. See, there's this Japanese person who's saying like, どんなにイケメンでもドン引きだわ。He or she is saying like, it doesn't matter how good looking he or she is. I will freaking, right? So, don't do that. Basically, tuning, kinda, yeah. And so in Japan, instead of going like, I can do this, and my PP is the biggest ever. In America, like in a lot of like Western countries, that's kind of likable. But in Japan, don't do that. People will be like, oh my gosh, this guy, oh my gosh, he's not humble, and he just, So be careful. That's very 調子乗ってる。漢字で書いてください。漢字で書くとですね、調子乗ってるnot this one. 調子乗ってる。So, 調子乗ってる is like how we say it. We actually say that to like everybody. So like, like let's say if you are good at playing tennis, you can actually 調子乗ってる you can actually use it for everybody though. Like it literally means like a cocky, right? But this word is freaking used everywhere. And let's say if you are good at playing tennis, people will freaking come up to you and be like, 調子乗ってる。お前調子乗ってんな。Just being good at tennis itself is like freaking cocky in Japan. And I'm like, what? Like that's just how it works in Japan. So Sora, do you have a girlfriend? Do you really think I can have a girlfriend being like this? Giorno Giovanni, thank you so much. Be an anti-simp. I don't know. I really think everybody simps for like Chris Broad. So アジア人なら日本と同じ調子乗ってるともある。まあ多分同じですよね。どの国でもおそらく。Yeah, thank you so much for the donation again.
Of the dozen teachers that I was going to work with, only 8 of them actually spoke English. The others had somehow slipped the net. And I don't mean they spoke English badly. I mean they just genuinely really struggled to communicate in English, which was quite a surreal situation to be in. I never held it against them.
Like the funny thing about it is like there's this one guy who told me like, oh, I'm not really good at speaking English, so please teach me how to speak English. And I was like, sure, but like, what do you want to learn? And he was like, I can write and I can read, but when it comes down to speaking, I cannot really speak English. And I was like, okay, then can you just like try to write something in English? And he freaking used this word. He freaking used this word in his writing. And I was like, what? Why do you want to use that word? Why? Why do you want to use that word? And he was like, cause it looks kind of cool, isn't it? And I was like, and you say you cannot speak. Huh. How high is your IQ? Bruh. So that's the problem, like in Japan. So like we are so used to like learning kanji characters and like stuff like that. So like we freaking skip all the process of like learning how to speak English itself, and we learn how to spell I freaking forgot how to spell it actually. Okay, never mind. I spelled it right. And I freaking forgot how to spell it already, so. And thank you, Wild Network. Futanari also kaki. What? Equilibrium means balanced. Yeah, thank you so much for that. I think everybody probably knows what that means, but like in Japan though, like thank you so much for spelling it out for me, everybody. I kind of appreciate it so much. Thank you so much.
They were all over 50 years old, and I suspect when they did apply.
And by the way, I know this is kind of sudden, but in my case, it's like really different. So I'm really bad at kanji myself, and a lot of people ask me like how to learn kanji and whatever, but like I'm the worst person though, cause like I didn't know how to spell convenience store until like recently. Wait, yes, I spelled it right this time. Convenience. So I'm 29, and I didn't know how to spell it correctly until like quite recently. And it's the same in Japanese as well. Like I do the same thing in Japanese and like in English both. Like I cannot spell some insanely easy stuff in English and in Japanese both, and I don't really know why. So how I used to spell it was this. And I was like, what's wrong? But yeah, I recently learned how to spell it right, so I'm happy. And Itachi Ichigo 24, thank you. How do you just say playing or just kidding in Japanese? Just playing or just kidding. You say this. 冗談だよ。冗談だよ。冗談だよ。But I have to teach you guys something. You are good at English. You learn so much by yourself. But like I kind of grew up speaking English and Japanese, so you really cannot say I'm good at. Alright, I'm gonna be naked. This is my OnlyFans account right now. F YouTube. See you. 3, 2, 1, go. And let me explain, like, what 冗談だよ means. So 冗談だよ means like a just kidding, sort of. So it's really important. So I really want everybody to know like how to use it and how to not use it actually. So just kidding, 冗談だよ, right? And it just means like it's a joke. But don't even use it in Japan actually. Don't even use it. Just kidding, just playing. Don't even use it. It's actually the best way to freaking get hated by everybody in Japan. Don't do it. Why? Because Japan is a country where politeness is the most important thing in the world. Yeah, so just playing, just kidding. This is what I actually learned. So I have a lot of like, non-Japanese friends, and I hang out with them a lot. And they do joke around, right? They kind of say something like, oh, you know, it's kind of really unfortunate that I'm playing games with you right now. It's freaking boring. And just kidding. You guys do that, right? Wait, do you do that, by the way, everybody? Tell me. If you do that, say yes. If you don't do that, say no. 日本人いますよ。日本人は、10人いるとしたら1人ぐらいいるかな。多分10人ぐらいいるはず、今ここに。And, you don't do that, so like, and those people who are saying no are agents, probably, I'm guessing. Alright, so let me tell you something really important. If you do that in Japan, you are not being polite, right? So people will freaking stay away from you. From my experience, there was this one American guy who was like kind of sarcastic everywhere. It's acceptable in America. And you can actually, people even think you were funny, like if you do that, right? Like if you act sarcastic and if you go like, oh, you know, thank you so much for making that mistake for me. I really appreciate it. If you do that, like, I mean, especially in America, like people are like, oh, okay, I mean, he's just like that. But if you do that in Japan, people freaking just block you everywhere. 日本人はどんな冗談が好き? What kind of jokes do Japanese people like? Saying poop and saying pee and like whatever like that. Just like some simple stuff.
To teach English, the extent of the language test must have just been, what is your favourite colour? Red. You're in. However, one of the things that I've been taught during my long, tedious induction in Tokyo during the first week was that you should never correct a teacher in front of the classroom.
I don't think you're so much. Wait, Hugo Carducci? Regarding the American stuff, I'm Hafu, and all people ask me here is if I own guns in America. I wish they would ask other questions, Lamau. I mean, do you have guns? Wait, do you have guns? Do you have guns? Have you ever shot some people? Wait. You forgot I'm Japanese myself as well. Well, let me ask you something. Wait, so do you have guns? Do you have guns? Have you ever shot people? But yeah, I'm pretty sure like that's kind of what you get everywhere, right? And I'm sorry for like asking that to you Americans, but you know, like we don't like noisy stuff. We don't like loud sounds and stuff. So, Itachi Ichigo 24, thank you. おしっこは飲みたいです。冗談だよ。I wanna drink piss. Just kidding. That really sounds like a Japanese joke, yeah. That's what Japanese people say. Instead of like, I hate you, just kidding. Instead of that, people go like, I want to drink piss. Oh, just kidding. Like, just, you can act stupid and go like, just kidding. To, you know, make people think that you're not actually insane. You know what I mean? Stereotyping sucks. No, it's not stereotype though. Like, Americans do have like a lot of guns and depending on like what state you're in as well. But from my experience, and I know like I shouldn't probably generalize this, but like a lot of Americans do have guns. No? Am I wrong? Do Americans have guns? This poll's gonna probably prove something. Let's see. Yes, we do have a lot of guns. Yeah. And again, I'm talking from like my Japanese perspective, like where see, it's not a stereotype, it's a fact. It's a fact. So just saying, Americans do have a lot of guns everywhere. So yeah, I'm not really, you know, so I guess you could say never gonna.
Lest you undermine them and make them look inferior in front of the class. So I spent my first few weeks conflicted, dying inside, because I wasn't sure if stepping in and telling the teacher that they were wrong would destroy my fragile relationship with my colleagues early on, you know, which is really important. So let's do a 10-second pop quiz and see what you would do. Choose your own adventure. A, ignore the situation and carry on, or B,
do nothing but don't embarrass the teacher in front of the class. Fix the painfully obvious error. A,
tell them it's wrong and change it.
A.
Answer now. Well done, the answer's B. Because what's the point of even being there if you're going to stand in the corner and do nothing? And you know what I found by watch them carry on, or B, tell them it's wrong and change it. Answer now. Well done, the answer's B. Because what's the point of even being there if you're going to stand in the corner and do nothing? And you know what I found by correcting them, it never burned any bridges and they were grateful for the input. The worst classes though weren't...
Wait! I'm Japanese.
With teachers that couldn't speak English. They were the ones with teachers who just didn't know how to use me in the classroom. And certainly in my first year, when I lacked confidence and I wasn't very assertive, more times than not I was used as a human tape recorder, standing in front of the class repeating an endless list of words.
So yeah, that's actually true, and I know like what he's talking about
and
too.
then having students repeat them back out loud.
Like, you were basically a tape recorder in Japan as an English teacher. Like, so if you were Japanese, you can actually hold a class and, you know, you can actually teach students how to speak English. And, yeah, that one thing, repeat after me. Yeah, that one thing, you freaking will hear that everywhere. In Japan, we don't learn English, but we study about English instead of like we study English. Like, that's like what everybody says. Like, we freaking don't learn English. We kind of just like learn what English is about, and we don't actually speak it. We just freaking just repeat what everybody says. Like, repeat after me. I punched my sister. I punched my sister. One more time. I punched my sister. I punched my. You freaking hear that everywhere in Japan.
To practice their pronunciation. Pheasant.
It seems worse than Brazilians' English education. It's one of the worst, actually. in my opinion, and I think everybody is gonna agree with me. And Erol W Unchi, thank you so much for telling me poop. I really appreciate it. なるほど、確かに。Yeah, I mean, it's really like that. And from my experience, I really want to say English education in Japan could be one of the worst when it comes down to like actually being able to like speak English. A lot of Japanese people are like good at writing or good at reading, but when it comes down to like learning how to speak English, like I think Japan's one of the worst countries.
Shrubbery. Consequences. By the time I was done, I must have said every single word in the English language at least 4 times. If you're already having a bad day and you find yourself standing in front of a classroom, repeating words over and over, wondering why you spent £30,000 on a university degree, you know, you do start to question if you've taken the right pathway.
That's exactly what I'm
talking
talking
about. The only thing
about,
worse than being a human tape recorder was the actual tape recorder.
So like, you know how I just said don't be a jet, don't be an ALT and whatever, right? That's kind of a reason you don't really teach classes, but you just like stand in front of like people and you just act like a tape recorder, because like you are good at speaking English, which means you can pronounce things for me, for the Japanese teachers, because we know how English works, but we are not really good at pronouncing things, because like we speak Japanese English too, you know what I mean? That's literally like how like what like they kind of say, sort of. Sora can be a game changer for high school Japanese students by sitting in the meeting with Minister of Education Japan. I really don't think so.
God, we had audio tapes.
Why are you so red, Sora? What do you mean? I'm not red. If you mean like my skin, I don't know.
Awkwardly enthusiastic yet ultimately unskilled American voice actors. They didn't speak like real American people. I've met an American person once, and it wasn't like that. It was like aliens had crash landed in a garden in Oregon, belonging to a couple who were arguing, and an alien looked through the window and.
Thank you so much for it. I'm sorry, because I know like what he's talking about. Itachi Ichigo 24. 母乳飲み放題欲しいですが。All you can drink mother's milk. Wait, what? Yeah, same. But thank you so much for the donation though, either way. I really appreciate it, Itachi Ichigo. And Lemono? Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Tried to mimic what they were saying in slow motion.
So like, if you guys didn't get that part, like, so sometimes you listen to some CDs and stuff, right? Because like, Japanese people have to like listen to actual Americans speaking English, and we want to get used to like some authentic American, you know, accents and stuff, like, right? My agent is just freaking came out. I just said light, because LNR, Japanese, whatever. And so sometimes like we cannot hire actual like American voice actors or like American voiceover artists, so we hire Japanese people instead for some reason. Like it happens everywhere. I made a video about it recently, and I named it like when Japanese voice actor says the earth. But it happens. Like freaking they hire Japanese people instead, right? And they go like, Suburasta! But yeah, it's based on like what really happens in Japan. Have fun sipping over abroad in Japan. Thank you so much.
See, I am home.
So where were you this evening, John?
Well, Lucy, I was working at the office again.
I saw the messages on your cell phone, John. I know what you've been doing.
Well, gee golly gosh, Lucy, get off my back. We're not going over this again.
I have had enough of your poor quality attitude, John. I am leaving you.
Comprehensive question 1. Why does Lucy suspicious
I'm sorry. Like, I just really like those CDs.
of John? Oh, it was a fucking nightmare. By that point, I was practically begging.
He swore! His channel is not family friendly though, if he swears like this. Actually, you can swear and you can even say some actual crazy stuff and people will think it's family friendly.
To be a human tape
in 2021, fortunately, ooh.
Again, there were the teaching materials themselves, which had been written by non-native English speakers.
our life is not a tragedy. It is full of challenges and adventures. We can do anything. We feel the same as you all do.
And came packed full of fun spelling errors, where you had to decide.
Spelling errors. Spelling. Thank you so much for the donation. The real Slim Shady. あなたは一発しか吹くチャンスを逃さない。That really sounds like it was translated by Google, but wait, spelling.
Of fun spelling errors, where you had to decide on the spot whether you went along with it or tried
May I ask, do Japanese people have to get like IELTS certification to be able to get work in companies that require English skill? That's actually a great question. So let me tell you something. So if you can somewhat prove that it's lyrics. Wait, what?
speakers and came packed full of fun spelling errors, where you had to decide on.
Anyways, so this is actually the same in PP. So in my case, I can get any jobs, like any English related stuff, English related jobs actually, without having a certificate, or like without even like having like IELTS score and whatever like that. And we have like this one thing called a TOEIC, and if you have that, then like companies will kind of, I don't know, like that. My brain's not working, so let me just drink water a little bit. To explain it short, if you can say, "Hey, nice to meet you. I am Sora," while trying to sound normal as possible as you can, without sounding like a typical Japanese person, they'll be convinced that you speak English quite well, so they will hire you. But I don't know like if you guys watched this video or not, but if you speak English way too well to the point where they don't understand what you're saying, I don't know like if you guys watched this video or not, when Japanese tell you your English is perfect though. Basically, if you speak English way too well, then they assume that you are speaking gibberish. That can actually happen as well, and it happened to me too actually. Do they hire just to impress non-English speakers? Non-English speakers are cheap and like more handy, I guess. And Merced Elric, thank you so much for the donation. 果物や野菜ちゃんと食べていますか？ちなみにお小遣いです。ありがとうございます。ですね、あんまり食べれてないです。正直な話を言うと。というよりも、めんどくさいんです。すいません。And the real Slim Shady, thank you. Your name is basically Dora. Just Sora, sort of. Thank you so much for that.
Partially based on the real story.
どうぞ。I'm Nice to meet you. My name is Sora. I'm honored.
ちょっと待ってください。ひょっとして適当に言ってませんか？
And a lot of people thought this is just a skit thing, right? This is just a skit thing. No, it's seriously based on like what I experienced myself. It actually happened. And let me kind of talk about like how it happened as well. And Lucian Assetto, thank you. 本物スリムシェイディ立ててください。立てください。立てください。どういうことでしょうか？本物スリムシェイディ立てください。なんだろう？わかんないので。I don't know what that was, but oh yeah, I'm supposed to talk about like how it actually happened, right? So when I was back in university, I went to like this party thing. It was not really like a party, like it was kind of like Japanese like formal like party with like some people who work for a big company. So I don't actually know what it was even, but so I went to the party to learn about basically how, you know, how it works in Japan as an adult. I went there and people asked me like what I can do and what I'm good at and what kind of skills I have, and it was not a job fair. It was not a job fair. Like there was only one company. I'm not gonna say like what company that was, but like it was not like that. It was not like that. But basically, how it happened was like one of the teachers like at my university was kind of famous, so like he had a lot of connections with like some people who work for like a big company, and the professor was somehow able to host an event for like students like us, so that we can talk to actual people who work for a big company. And that's like literally what that was. So like I went to the party, right? And of course like they asked me like what kind of things I can do, what skills I have, what kind of things I'm interested in. And I said like, I'm interested in music. I want to say my passion is always for music. I like to sing songs, and I speak English as well because I grew up speaking English and Japanese. And they went like, so can you speak English then? And what happened was freaking, that was actually savage. So there were like 40 other students, and there were like 20 adults who work for the big company, right? They made me stand in front of like those freaking people, like those 60 people, and I was supposed to like give a speech in English like suddenly, and I was like, what am I supposed to talk about? I was like, so back then I was only like 18 or something, and I didn't have like any experience like being in front of like a lot of people like that, so I got nervous. I was like, why are these people watching me? And I don't know like what to even talk about. So maybe I can just say, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Sora. And I said that, right? And this is what happened.
で適当に言ってません
And I was like, what? No, I mean, I wasn't speaking gibberish. But yeah, so. And thank you so much for the donation, the real Slim Shady. Put on the song. The real Slim Shady, you won't. I really can't because I will get copyrighted for playing that. But thank you so much for the donation. I really can't. So I'm really sorry.
なんか
My channel can actually get deleted if I
on
play
the
it.
spot whether you went along with it or tried to correct it on the fly. Although some of them were simply beyond repair, like, are you aware of your own defect? Although to be fair, it is a great...
Wait, what?
Simply beyond repair, like, are you
Oh. Okay. Yeah, right.
aware of your own defect? Although to be fair, it is a great conversation starter for a first date. Once I had to read out a chapter...
Right. Yeah, I mean, I was like laughing at that, right? But I just read the Japanese sentence, and I was like, yeah, right. I know like what they wanted to say. Yeah, right. Ketten. Yeah. 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 Oh yeah, this is why like translations, like doing translations like freaking hard. And メアリー・ホワイトさん、英語の勉強になります。こんにちは。お疲れ様です。ありがとうございました。動画ファイル。編集終わって多分見たのかな？わかんないですけど、また多分月曜日に上がりますので、それだけよろしくお願いします。
From a textbook called Soccer Balls to Afghanistan, about how a Japanese school had handmade 200 soccer balls to ship off to Afghan children during the conflict, which is brilliant and noble, until I had to read out the phrase, when we showed the children the balls, they gave...
メアリーさん、ちょっとそうだ、日本人の人なので、there's this Japanese VTuber, right? メアリー・ホワイトさん。ソラさんの動画面白くて全部見ました。We can simp for this VTuber instead of tonight? Instead of like freaking Chris Broad? Why don't we just simp for this VTuber? Wait, we can do that instead. She's saying like, Sora's videos are so fun, so I just watch them all. And I'm like, really, Miz? Really, Miz? I mean, we can simp for you instead. I mean, why are we simping for Chris Broad? And メアリーさん質問あるんですけれども let me ask her something. So we just came up with this, what am I like trying to talk about? And thank you so much. 赤いきつね You speak English very good. アメリカ人ですか これ日本人のコメントなのがちょっと事態をややこしくしてるので、So he says 赤いキツネ and thank you so much for the donation though. But he says you speak English very good. Are you American, right? And if this is like American dollar or something, I usually think it's a joke, right? But interestingly, this is actually in Japanese yen. So this usually means he's in Japan or he's Japanese, right? So I feel like he's actually curious whether I'm American or not. I was gonna say like, yeah, I'm American, I'm just a weeb, but like if I say it, he's gonna think I'm actually American and I'm a weeb. Let me actually be honest with you. 日本人です。I'm Japanese and I was born and raised in Japan. 日本で育ちました。しかし、I grew up like speaking English and Japanese both, so I somewhat kind of speak both languages. どっちも喋りながらなんか育ってきたんで、なんとなく喋れるっていう。そう言われてございます。And Luke Fabis, you were probably sick of hearing this, but that was a really cool thing you did for Kakushakurin. You are one of the most wholesome trolls I've ever seen. Thank you so much for that. And there's like this one more wholesome thing I wanna do. メアリーさん今いらっしゃいます？いらっしゃいます？いらっしゃいます？メアリーさん、メアリー・ホワイトさんいらっしゃいます？メアリー・ホワイト、are you there? The VTuber. The VTuber. Because we can simp for her instead. And I actually have a question for Mary White. Mary White, メアリー・ホワイトさんいます？ I have a question. ちょっと質問あるんですけど、います？はい。So, let me ask her if Chris Broad is like simpable or not. Simpable or not. Ready? So, このクリス・ブロードさんって人、このブロード・イン・ジャパンっていうチャンネルの人なんですけども、イケメンですか？ Is he good looking? Let's see. She's Japanese, right? So she's gonna say like yes. She's gonna say 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 yes. God, she's thinking. She's thinking. She's thinking. She's thinking. She said yes. She said yes, and I will always love you. I'm sorry. She said yes. Now it freaking sounded like I just proposed or something, but it's not really what I did. I literally was curious if she thinks Chris Broad is like good looking or something, and she's like freaking like she looks so shocked. She's like, what's happening? Oh my gosh. Did I just like answer some inappropriate question? But no, it's fine. You actually answered a normal question. なんかありがとうございました。なんかすごいなんか面白い空間が出来上がってしまったけれども、ちょっとこれ確認しよう。Let me actually watch this again.
Balls to ship off to Afghan children during the conflict, which is brilliant and noble. Until I had to read out the phrase, when we showed the children the bulls, they conflict, which is brilliant and noble. Until I had to read out the phrase, when we showed the children the bulls, they gave us big smiles. It was like a magic.
Like a magic, yeah. That's like a huge meme, right? I actually used this meme like once, like on my channel before, and some people actually caught it too. It's from this video, huh? I actually knew about this meme from like other videos, because like I think he said it like from in like a lot of other videos as well. But like, yeah, like a magic was like a huge meme once before, and I actually got on the meme, hype myself as well. I used it on my channel. 恋愛の話なら日本人にとって恥ずかしすぎるんじゃない？恥ずかしいですかね？どうだろう？
Imagine reading that out in front of 40 teenagers in a big, deep, booming voice.
So obviously, you were teaching English in Japan, right? you're teaching English in Japan, right? So like you'll find a lot of like grammatical mistakes, and you'll see a lot of like misspelled words and whatever, right? But like as a tape recorder, you are. I mean, in other words, ALT, you are just supposed to freaking read books or like read textbooks as they are. You really cannot just fix them, because students will be like, huh? Sensei, one more time, sensei. Wrong. So you really cannot fix it yourself. Like you just have to be a tape recorder yourself. But yeah, you sound like a group of seagulls. Oh.
Voice, and then trying to maintain some degree of composure, which I simply didn't do. I just
It was like I ate magic.
laughed and looked like a sadistic bastard. Thankfully though, after my first year, with a few hundred hours of classroom experience under my belt, I did become more proactive and assertive, and teachers became more confident, leaving me in...
He is good looking, isn't he? ね、メアリーさんいます？ What, Mary White, you there? メアリー・ホワイトさんいらっしゃいます？このクリス・ブロードさん、まあ今 YouTuber ですごい有名な人ですが、イケメンですか？ Is he good looking? Do you think? Mary san, if you are still there, is he good looking? イケメンですか、メアリーさん？この時の彼。Do you want to marry? Wait. I'm gonna just ask her if she wants to marry him or not. Because I think it's important to know if he is like a marryable material or not. Because I mean, this stream is like where we simp for Chris Broad, right? So. And by the way, I legitimately think Chris Broad is an amazing person, by the way. I actually respect him a lot. To the point, like, I freaking really want to be like him. But. Let's see. Yes, he came in. So like, yeah, so Mary White, thank you so much for telling me that. 言ってくれてありがとうございます。So she's like, Ikemen, he's handsome. So, which means she might have a thing for Chris Broad. Let me ask her if she can marry her, possibly. じゃあ、彼と結婚できますか？メアリーさん、お願いします。Can you marry her? I mean, marry him. I'm sorry. Can you marry him? Tell me. Let's see. I didn't say Chris Brown. I said Chris Broad. If I said Chris Brown, it's like one of those things I kind of do randomly. So I'm really sorry for saying that. She's like, oh no. Yeah, right. Because like you really cannot like skip the like process of like dating, right? I know what you mean. So I know what you mean. But thank you so much for answering my question. まあありがとうございました。ということで。
in charge and letting me do my own thing. And that was really when I was in my element, because look, I made a magazine.
This is like what I've been kind of silently thinking about, but I feel like he's a great like uncle than like a great dad. Is it only me who thinks like this? Like, there's like that one cool like uncle kind of, who kind of teaches me how to smoke weed and how to drink like coke without paying any money for it and whatever like that. Like there's that one cool uncle, right? I feel like Chris could be that uncle. I'm not really sure, but I don't know, I really want to be like him, so.
Splendid magazine. Yeah. My unwavering hatred of Japanese English textbooks made me just throw them out the window. Not literally, unfortunately.
He's surprisingly really... Wait. Really? Wait. Wait. He's 2 years older than me? Wait, what? Wait. I'm 29. He's 31. Wait, what? Sora, you look absolutely young. Do I look young though? I don't really know. I mean, I think I'm typical looking. And Nakum Sullivan, thank you so much. 私のお名前はナクンです。アメリカ人とユダヤ人です。高校1年から日本語を勉強しています。あなたのビデオはすごい。Thank you so much for telling me that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Paul Rao. だから変わらないその色。だから変わらないその色を変えた見せる10年前にみたいな。Can I ask you guys something? How old do I look? How old do I look? Tell me everybody. 私何歳に見えます？私何歳に見えます？ Tell me everybody. Tell me. 25, 23, 12, 17, 26, 69, 12, 17 to 20, 21, 25. Alright, you know what? Let me ask a Japanese person, because I'm really curious like what Japanese people think about me. But there's this one Japanese person, right? メアリーさんいらっしゃいます？今いたらちょっと日本人代表として聞きたいことはあるんですけれども、メアリーさん、私正直に言ってください。もう正直に言っていただいていいですよ。私何歳ぐらいに見えますか？ I just asked Mary White how old she thinks I look, like I am, maybe? Let's see. So Japan is like a country where, you know, being polite is everything, right? Let's see what she thinks, like let's see what she says. If she says something like, oh, you look like you're freaking 69, I would be freaking just, I don't know, I'm gonna just quit YouTube. Let's see. She's gonna tell me something like politely. Let's see. She said yes, yeah, right, but let's see. We just have to wait for her comment. Is it gonna be something savage or is it gonna be something wholesome? She's thinking. She's still thinking. Ooh. She just still... Wait, did I say that in Japanese or like in English? Because I feel like she probably doesn't want to like answer the question, huh? Because like she wants to be polite. It's fine. メアリーさん大丈夫ですよ。もう正直に言っていただいて。何歳に見えるかな？or maybe she's googling like natural age. 27流れた。27。ってことは she thinks I look 27 and which is kind of not really different from like how old I actually am, and she probably
should have done. But I started doing practical things. I started getting students using the English they'd learned to do things like short films, doing sketches, or in this case, making a magazine. And this was great. Students spent time researching a topic, then writing it out, adding some photos in. And there's some good stuff in here. We got Hayao Miyazaki, some handsome comedians. Oh yeah, McDonald's. Now we're talking. It did mean a lot of extra time and effort for me. I mean, we did have to...
I want to go to McDonald's actually! Does he even read these comments? You tell me though, huh? You freaking come up to Sradacho and ask me the question, huh? Sradacho was like known for freaking reading every single comment as much as possible. どうしてこんなに早い日本語を話しますか？多分これ普通ですよ。実は。日本では普通のレベルでございます。あんまり早くはないはず。McDonald's, like I really want to go to, like, you know what though? They serve like some like interesting like burgers now. Like マクドナルドハワイアンバーガー。Yeah, they serve like some interesting burgers. Are there any people who are in Hawaii? So like they serve cheese rokomoko. I don't know what that is. Like it's a cheeseburger with like some egg in it and the garlic shrimp. It's like shrimp and garlic. And this one, it's not on stream, but like it says can you guys see it? Zakugiri potato and beef. That's supposed to be Hawaiian. Isn't it crazy? I want to go to McDonald's And that's kind of expensive too. Wow, 420 yen? Damn, dude. Damn. That's, I mean, why can't you tell if it's so small or not? How can you tell though? How can you tell like it's so small? You have to like look at, like you have to see the actual burgers. But it's not really that small for sure, so.
Put this together, we binded it, and we gave every student a copy. But it was worth it. The students enjoyed it, I had fun, and the teachers thought I was a genius for unleashing this groundbreaking concept, the concept of having fun in the class.
McDonald's stream. No, actually. So, in 12 hours from now, I wanted to go to a Filipino restaurant. But you know what's funny though? So like, it was supposed to be a stream like where we go to like this Filipino restaurant together, and I was gonna call it like a date stream, right? So we just go to this Filipino restaurant and we chill and eat some like amazing Filipino food. But what happened was like all the Filipino restaurants in my prefecture, which is Chiba, are closed like everywhere. It's not like they are closed, but like they are not open on Thursday. So, and you showed us the McDonald's burgers before from the fridge. Hawaiian burgers? I don't really think so. Date with viewers, hell yeah. That's what I want to do. And Jollibee is not really a thing. Like I have to actually go to the Philippines to actually like have them. So.
Still, even if I was VIP to big.
But yeah, so instead of like going to a Filipino restaurant, I'm going to this sushi restaurant that serves 50 pieces of sushi for, can you believe it? $20. $20. Can you guys believe it? So it's like, I think it's kurazushi. 50巻. I couldn't believe it myself. I was like, this one. Wait, where is it? Where is it? What the? I think it's this one. And it says 2,200 yen, which is about $20. Are there? I don't know, but they look amazing. And 50 pieces of sushi, right? It's insane. I love kurazushi. Yeah, right? So it's not 食べ放題. So it's like $20 and I can get like 50 pieces of sushi. くら寿司安いの知らなかったんですよ。リーズナブル言いますけど. And I was like, what the? Is it cheap or is it expensive? I'm curious, everybody. Tell me. 結構安いなどころじゃない。これ破格っすよ。What's a 食べ放題? 食べ放題 is like it's like all you can eat. And yes, right? It's really cheap. Worth it. It's definitely worth it. I want to think it's worth it. So like the thing about it is like I really thought it was gonna be rotten or something. これって期間限定。いやなんかずっとっすよこれ。多分これずっとっすよね。これは買いに行かねば。てかくら寿司安すぎるねんマジで。So the thing about it is like you cannot get this one at the restaurant, but you have to like buy it and you have to basically take it out. So I'm going to the sushi restaurant, right? I'm gonna buy it, but since I cannot eat it inside, I have to freaking find a park or something and eat it by myself, which will freaking make me look like a homeless. But you know, that's just how life is. So tomorrow we are gonna actually check it and see if they are rotten or anything. It's to go only, basically. Yeah, to go only. You cannot eat it inside. And boom, $20. Whew, cheap. Anyways,
not all classes went smoothly. Like a gladiator charging into the arena, you always knew how things were going to go the moment you set foot in the classroom. In about 70% of my classes, I was...
Wait. That does not make sense. Is there a rule that says you can't eat inside? So it's only for to go. You cannot eat it inside. Like you have to take it out, basically. Cause so it's a restaurant, but it's kind of like McDonald's. It's kind of like McDonald's. Like you can eat it inside as well, but like if you eat it inside, you have to like sit on a table, and they don't serve you that. Like when you sit like at a table, basically. And did I just say sit on a table? But what I meant was like sit at a table, and they don't serve you that. Like if you're at a table, which is kind of just not fair. Who looks more homeless, Sora or Moist Critical? Do I? You don't have a beard. Hell yeah! Whoever just called me a homeless, I win this time. I wrecked you. 1-2-0. You know what, everybody? I know this is kind of sudden, and I know like we are watching Chris Broad, but like let me ask you guys something. I was watching this channel the other day. Jablinski. Does everybody know about this channel? But by the way, I'm a huge Jack Black fan. Like since I was like 12, not 12 actually, 17. He's actually one of the people that changed my life. Like you know, with his movie School of Rock, like he freaking changed my life. And 10,000K, not in dollars, in yen. So it's still like a lot of money, but in yen, so it's like $100. So Jablinski, everybody knows about him, right?
Hello there. General Kenobi. May the Force be with you.
Do I give people some Jack Black vibes recently? Wait, tell me, do I give people Jack Black vibes recently? Yes or no? Tell me. I'm actually curious.スクールオブロックはもう自分何百回も見ましたもん。Yes, no, 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 yeah, no. That's cringe. No, no, yeah, kinda, but you're better. Nah, Jack Black is better. Yes. Somebody doesn't know who Jack Black is. Damn. So Jack Black is like my hero, right? He's my hero. I freaking love him. And I want to think that everybody loves him as well. And that recently, somebody told me that I give some Jack Black vibes, and I don't know. I just really wanted to tell you guys that I kind of flattered that a little bit, but never mind. I'm gonna stop being cringy.
Given a hero's welcome to rapturous cheers and applause. Genuinely, it was brilliant. I'd walk in, everyone erupted, and you just knew it was going to be an amazing hour.
I'm sorry, I really have to
Students
stop that.
saw my presence as an opportunity to break from the norm and do something that wasn't just read out of a textbook. The other 30% of the classes were not so good. I'd walk in and feel like a convicted war criminal because it would just be silence and it'd be awkward and you'd feel like, fuck, what have I done? One problem you find in Japanese classrooms is students are often reluctant to put their hands up. In the UK, if you take a class of 30 students and a teacher asks a question, you often get, 7 or 8 hands up. But in Japan, it was never more than 2.
Do you know why it's like that in Japan though, by the way? I'm just really curious. And like what he's saying is like so true. It's literally like that in Japan.
With 40 students. And it seems to be in Japan there's this culture around not making mistakes. The idea of making...
It's not only that though, it's not only that. Like yeah, right, it's like we are afraid of like making mistakes in front of people, but it's not really that. It's not really that though. Like so what's really funny about Japanese culture is like we don't like attention. Like we don't want to be stared at from people, right? Usually there are some to not stand out. Yeah, that's one of the reasons as well. But like so in Japan, you are supposed to kind of blend in, and you are not supposed to stand out, and you are supposed to be like everybody else, sort of, in a way. But if you raise your hand, people are gonna stare at you, right? People will be like, the guy raised his hand. Oh my gosh, he's gonna say something. So like you get attention from people, and people really don't like it in Japan. So I mean, there are some exceptions, like me, for example, who's just basically an attention seeker. But like, I'm kind of different in that way, because I like attention. But still, I remember when I was a kid, I kind of avoided raising my hand as well. I don't know, maybe I was just like trying to, you know, kind of fill in, I mean, blend in the society. But like, yeah, I just remember I tried not to like really be the different. So you American? No, I'm Japanese. I'm Japanese. Again, you might think I'm American, but again, I'm actually a stereotypical Japanese person who just so Japanese to the point where I just act like a pee-pee.
Making a mistake is really bad, and that starts off early on, especially in the classroom. And one of my most awkward memories of this happened in my first few weeks as a teacher.
これクラスのみんなが手を挙げたら便乗するけど誰も挙げなかったら自分も挙げないみたいな。ほんとそれよね。It's like if everybody's like raising their hands, like you like, but if nobody's like raising their hands, you go like. So yeah, that's like what it is. You can check what everybody else is like doing first and be like, that's how it works in Japan. Like we literally are just so I don't know, we care about like what other people think about you, basically.
Teacher, when I was doing a class,
that's just normal. It's not normal though. I think it's normal in Japan, but it's not normal like outside of Japan. At least in America, for example, like we're even in England, as Chris Broad just said, like it's not really normal though. I think it's like an Asian thing, like a Japanese thing.
Desserts. Now, one of the things we're encouraged to do as an English teacher is to introduce your culture into the classroom, in this case, British culture. And for this particular activity, I gave them a list of British desserts and the photos to go with them, and then they had to use their dictionary.
I want to have some ice cream. Let me just drink a lot of water, because I really want to have some ice cream. Did you raise your hand when you were in school? When I was in school, depends. When I was back in high school, not really, because I kind of wanted to sleep. I was a good student, by the way. I was a good student, just saying. And when I was back in university, I did. I freaking raised my hand everywhere. In every class I was in, I was like, look at me, sensei! Please, because like, you know, there were like a lot of non-Japanese people at the university. And like, it was a university. Like, what you do, well, like, you have to kind of like be attentive to get an A+ at university, basically, in Japan. So I had to be like, sensei, look at me, give me attention. And that's how I kind of got like A+, a lot of like A+ everywhere. But
is to look up the words and try and work out which one went with which. Suffice to say, I made a spectacular blunder by adding spotted dick into that list. Hilarity.
Wait. Is it a thing? Is it really a thing? Sora, are you a virgin? Am I a virgin? Do I act like a virgin? Yes or no? Tell me, everybody. Tell me. I'm actually curious. Tell me, everybody. Do I act like a virgin? Yes. Yes, no. Yes. You're a virgin. Yes. What does a virgin act like? That's a great question. I wanna know. I wanna know, but I don't know. Everybody's telling me that I look like act like a virgin apparently, but I really don't know. I mean, I don't know, but like, let me tell you. Interestingly, I actually had a GF before. Like when I was 21. I'm currently 29, by the way. So I actually had a GF before for like 2 years, 3 years maybe. Was it 2 years? I really forgot. How? I don't know. Things happen. How many days did it last? Like 2 years, 3 years? Like I really thought I was gonna be with her forever, but a lot of things happened. And do you like British people? I guess, but it's just kind of like interesting how like you asking me like, do you like British people? I don't know. I just really thought that was kind of sudden and like interesting as a question, because it's like you know, me going up to some random people and go like, do you like Japanese people? And they'll be like, why? Right? So, but yeah, well, she 2D or 3D, that actually happened when I was back in university, when I was a student. And she was Japanese American, and how it happened was she basically really liked me to the point where she wanted to just steal me, right? And she literally stole me, like really, literally she stole me. And what I mean by that is like she basically, you know, grabbed my. Never mind.
Ensue.
漫画読むのはスマホでしょう。そんなあなたにレンタの立て込み。
So that's not capping. So that's not capping. I mean, if you guys want to actually hear the whole story, I can tell you guys. So like, what happened? Let me type. So first, this happened. First, she fell for me. And I was 21. She fell for me. I was 21, right? That's what happened first. Two, she asked me if I want to hang out with her. That happened. By the way, she's American, Japanese American, and that was like what happened when I was 21, so like 8 years ago. She asked me if I wanted to hang out with her, and I was like, why? And she was like, you know, we can study and stuff. I mean, we have like some classes and, you know. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. I was not really interested in her back then. And three, she basically picked me up with her car, like suddenly. I think I skipped like 2 stuff before that, but basically she, you know, asked me like if she wanted to like hang out with me, and I was like, yeah, sure. And she got her car and she picked me up. I shouldn't say suddenly. And she was like, do you wanna come over to my house? And I was like, what? So I got kidnapped? I don't think so. And she basically picked me up and with her car, and she was like, do you want to come over to my house? I was like, what? And I think this actually means something different, like depending on where you guys are from, but like in Japan, like when a girl says something like that, it literally means like they are interested in 100%. Like it's only that. So I don't know, like it could be different like in some countries, but when a guy or a girl says something like, do you want to come over to my house, like that literally means like they are 100% interested in you, in Japan at least. So when that happened, I was like, ooh, and me, oh wow, But back then I was like still at university, and I was kind of curious what her house looks like. So I was like, alright then. Oh wow, alright. And thank you so much for the donation, Muharrem. Did you glaze her face later that day? I will tell you what happened, but wait. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. And I was like, oh wow, and what happened after that was she got lost. So she was driving, right? She was driving me, like driving us to like her house, right? I don't know how that happened. She got lost, and I was like, what? How did you get lost? We are trying to go to your house, right? And she got lost, and I was like, okay. And it got dark. I remember that was like 10 p.m. like 11 p.m. That was like 10, 11 p.m. ish. And by the way, this happened when I was like 21. So like back in 2013. In 2013 maybe. And it got dark. It was like 10 to 11 p.m. ish, right? And then she was like she literally was saying stuff like that. Like she was like Muharrem, thank you so much. Oh, when are you dropping the video? The video like where I'm talking about this? I'm not gonna really make a video about it because I don't know. I really don't think there's a demand for it. She's acting to be with you longer. It was kind of like that, but like so she freaking sounded like an anime character. She really sounded like an anime character. Like she sounded so high pitched. Like when I was 21, she was like 26, and so she was like older than me, and now she's freaking wait. That means she's 34 now. Damn. I haven't really met her like for 2 years, like 3 years, but no, she had this like really high pitched voice, and she was really short too, and she was like, and I was like, me, what? And she told me, I can't really do this anymore. I think she told me this, by the way. Something like this. Like I don't really know like if that was this one. And by the way, so she's Japanese American, right? So like when she talks to me, she used English, cause like I speak English myself. So but she knows like Japanese as well. Like she's fluent in Japanese and English both, but she preferred to speak English with me, cause like she grew up like speaking English more than Japanese, but she's fluent in both languages. So like I remember she said something like, I can't really do this anymore, and I was like, thank you so much, Kyle Stevens. So the real question is, did she drop a big unko on your chest? No, she didn't poop. But let me talk about that later too. And I was like, yeah, I was like, what? And she was like, Can I? She was like, can I? And I was like, what? It was in her car though. It was in her car? Like when everything was dark. And by the way, back then, and let me talk about something. So I've only had one girlfriend in my entire life, which also means like I only know one girl in my entire life. And a lot of people like ask me if I'm a virgin or not, and so technically I'm not, because I had a GF, right? So I was with her, right? But I legit didn't have any experience with like any other girls in my entire life. So until 21 years old, I was a virgin. Yeah, I didn't really. I never had a girlfriend or anything. I was like all by myself, like until I was like 28, and she suddenly like kissed me. Like I was like, what? That was my first kiss in my life. So I was like, what just happened, Miss? Yeah, I didn't say that, but I was like, what happened? Man, I didn't say that, but I was like that. I was like, what happened, man? and then, can I hug you? At that point, I figured out there was something happening. Again, remember, this was at 10 p.m., like 11 p.m. That's when people kind of get active. I'm not gonna really say like in what way, right? So she was like, can I hug you? And I was like, what's happening? Is this when it's gonna happen? I mean again, I didn't have any experience with like any other girls and whatever, so I mean, you were supposed to hug before kissing. So like, it's just crazy like how it happened. And she was like, can I hug you? And I was like, what? And she basically kind of, I was on it's like we were still like on her car, right? She basically leaned over me like this, and she kind of grabbed my like whole body, and I was like, what? And my face, like, so basically her arm was like here, right? And I was like, well, what's happening, miss? Am I really okay like this? And then she basically brought me to her body, like, and I was like, ooh. Nothing actually happened after that. And she probably couldn't just hold it in anymore. Like something freaking just happened in her head. And she was like, you're mine. Probably. That's probably what she thought. And she was like, for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes? I don't know. And I remember, like, after the whole thing, I remember she told me, like, did you squirt down there? And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And she was like, oh, I'm just curious if you squirted or not. And I was like, that's not the word you use for guys, by the way. I know you. And I reached low, and she says, let's go to McDonald's. She actually hated McDonald's. So we never went to McDonald's together. She really hated McDonald's. So yeah, she was like, did you like squirt down there? And I was like, no, it's not the word you use for guys, by the way. I know, like, you probably just didn't want to use the actual word, but still, damn, man. And then after that, we went to like her house, and she lived by herself. And she was from like a rich family, so like she actually had a nice, amazing house. And we went to her house, right? And as soon as like we got in her house, let's see, like this is what happened. Like, so basically this is the entrance door, right? I got in, so she was like, come in, and I got in first, and she basically like followed me after that. She closes the door, and let's say this is me, right? This is me, and she goes like, and I was like, I mean, I guess it happened like on a car, so I guess, I mean, whatever. And yeah, so we and she was like, so maybe time to sleep? Do you want to sleep? And I was like, sleep? That really sounds wrong, man. And yeah, what happened was like, I don't really think anything happened after that, but I just really remember she is really an active person. She's really an active person, by the way. I'm not really gonna talk about like what active means, but she's really an active person, or was. That was like freaking 8 years ago, right? I don't really remember. So basically what happened was like there was a bed, right? Like that. There was a bed, and she didn't really bring like, she really didn't prepare like another bed for me. But there was like only one bed, and we were like sitting on the bed together like this. I was here, and she was here, and she was like, and I was like, And she was like, and I was like, and then she was like, let's just turn off the light. And then we just kind of slept on the same bed together. But nothing happened actually, like when that like happened. I remember she kind of grabbed my like arms and she just brought them to like her chest and she was like but that just happened sort of, like that's the only thing that kind of happened. But nothing really happened after that. Like that was not when I lost my virginity, like my first experience, should I say. No, we didn't really like do that at the time. And thank you, Mr. Cat 596. Teach me how to say Mao saved China in Japanese. Mao が中国を救った。This is how you say マオが中国を救った。マオが中国を救った。So yeah, and that was like my first day with her at her house, right? And I remember she was like so shocked of like what happened with us, right? Like between us. And like so I met her at school. Like of course, I mean we went to the same school, right? So we met at school again. And the first thing she said was like, how's it going? And I was like, I'm doing great. So do you want to talk about what happened yesterday? And she was like, no! I remember like she changed instantly. She was like, no! And I was like, okay, then are we gonna just act like nothing happened? But she was like, and then she emailed me saying something like, I don't know if that was like supposed to happen, and I don't know like if that was right thing to do, but I love you. And I was like, oh, love me already? Oh, that's quite interesting. And I was like, okay, sure. And by the way, she's Japanese American, right? And she grew up in America, so like she's more American. She's not really Japanese. And I grew up in Japan. I speak English, but I grew up in Japan, so like I'm 100% Japanese. So like the way how she approaches is more like it's based on like how Americans do. I didn't know like how Americans were like so straightforward, and I was like, what the fuck? She basically just straight up like, I think I love you, and you know, I think and I was like, sure. And I actually forgot what happened after that. But I remember I started going to like her house like a lot more since then. And I think that was like a week after that she told me like if I wanted to go to her house again, and I was like, I mean sure. At that point, like I think we were close to each other. Like we were not like that kind of shocked about the incident. Was it actually Mary White's? No. I mean, she's just a VTuber. She has nothing to do with it. And I really don't want you to, bring up like her name in this conversation because it's gonna actually make her feel awkward. But, so after a week or so, she asked me if I wanted to go to her house again, right? And I did. After a week, I went to her house again. And here's the interesting part. Like, so I thought she was just a normal girl who just sounds like an anime character and whatever. I went to her house, right? And so we basically just kind of were in bed together and talking about a lot of things. And this is like how it was between us. Ready? I remember that. So like, let's just assume that I was here, right? I was here like this. And she was also here like this. And we were talking about like a lot of things like this way, right? What was really interesting was like, again, she was 26 back then, but she, for some reason, like, had a paper and a pencil like this. She had a paper and a pencil like this, and she was freaking drawing something. And I was like, okay, maybe she likes drawing, but what she was drawing was literally like the easiest fish looking some childish drawing ever. It literally looks like that. It literally looks like this. Like there were just two circles basically. And I was like, what the hell is this girl doing? And my inner demon told me that I have to roast her for like her drawing skills. I was like, damn. But I didn't want to just tell her that she sucks at drawing, so I didn't say that. But I just kinda decided to mess with her a little bit. So what I did was like, so she was drawing this fish looking thing, right? And thank you so much for the donation. 6, do Japanese guys act mean to you if they like you? Depends. I don't. In my case, I don't. When I don't. I never do that. I act super nice to people. I mean, I kind of do act nice to people in general, but in my case, I act extremely nice to you. But I don't know. And so she was like drawing this fish-looking stuff, right? I wanted to ruin it. I really wanted to ruin it. So I stole her pencil and I started drawing some blood on the fish. I was like, I was kind of saying like, and whatever. Because, I don't know, I was young, I was only 21, and I'm kind of childish. And I did, right? She started crying. She was like, she sounded like that, by the way. She was like, and I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, is this serious? She's 26 and she's now crying like an actual girl who's like 7. And I really thought she was, messing with me. So I was like, I mean, you don't have to do that. And I looked at her and she was like legit like crying, like her tears were like dropping from her eyes and stuff. And I was like, oh damn, it's serious suddenly. What the? So I was like, I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to do that. And she was like, the fish is dead! And I was like, what? The fish is dead? What? At that point, I noticed she probably wanted to do a role play of like something. She probably wanted me to be like her dad or something, is like what I kind of thought she wanted to do. Red flag, yeah. It was sort of. And so I was like, I just brought an eraser or something. I forgot like what I did, but I did something. I think I erased the blood, or like I probably drew like another fish or something. And she was like, she started smiling like suddenly, and I was like, what's wrong with her? Is this really how girls are? Because again, that was my first GF ever. So. You want to think I'm making up this story, right? But it's real 100%, by the way. It's 100% real. It's 100% real. I don't really think I'm good at like making up this story like this, like with this freaking details, like this much. But yeah, there was like something about her, like so she sounded like really young, by the way. Like she sounded super high pitched, and like she was kind of childish in many ways, maybe. I remember there was like this one day before, how like she wanted me to be like her brother, her husband, her dad, everything, and I was like, that's interesting. So I kind of played like all the rules for her when I was with her. So yeah, basically that's what happened. And I still am friends with her, by the way. So we are not a thing anymore, but like the thing about it is like we didn't really have any arguments or whatever. Like we didn't really fight. Like we didn't really say anything to each other. How we kind of broke up was like there were some things like between us. Like she was from a rich family and I'm from a normal family, and you know, there was some other stuff, and it was just impossible to be with her, and we knew that it was not gonna work out. So I was like, maybe I don't really think it's gonna work out, and she was like, I know it's probably not gonna work out, because like her parents didn't really approve of me, because like her parents wanted her to marry somebody really, really successful and really, really rich, like doctors and whatever. But I was just a student back then, and I became an English teacher after that. So like I knew like it was not gonna happen, and yeah, reality is really hard. So it was either like we had to run away from like her family and be together, or break up, right? But she loved her family members, like obviously, because she's American, and Americans love their family members. So we were like, I mean, I guess we can still just be friends, but maybe let's just not make it a thing. And she was like, yeah, probably it's better that way. So like after 2 years or like 3 years, we just started not seeing each other that way. And that was like when I was 23, 24, something like that. I don't really think that was when I was 24. Was it? Maybe. And yeah, we just started not seeing each other that way. And I became an English teacher, so like I got busy with my work and stuff, so I started seeing her less. And yeah, suddenly just kind of, yeah. So basically that's what happened. And let me tell you about this. Do Japanese guys act mean to you if they like you? Again, I think I just answered this to you, but like it really depends on like what kind of person he is. In my case, I never act mean to you. I act super nice to you. I don't really try to act mean to any people, because I don't really believe in acting mean, or like being mean's cool, so I never do that. In my case, I tell you like nice things about you, like all nice things about you. How good looking you are, how awesome you are, how helpful you are, how beautiful you are, how you are my everything, how you make my life better, how you are the one that I need in my life, how I wanna take a poop with you together. True story. Alright, let me just go back to watching Chris Abroad in Japan.
Right here, in a beautiful rural area where absolutely nobody feels the need to know English. Now, I've heard a lot of people criticise the JET programme over the years because they say that money invested in the...
Speaking of that, should I actually do ASMR? Let me take a poll. Should I do ASMR? Should I do ASMR? I'm here, Zora. Hello. Yes, 58. No, 42. Not right now, but what I mean by that is like there's one streamer called Amonrath or something like that, right? I really don't know like what her name is, and I want to learn how to pronounce her right, because she's like one of the most successful streamers ever, right? And I checked Twitch the other day, and she was streaming, and she was like doing this one stream like where she was like basically licking her mic for like 30 minutes, and I watched it for like 10 minutes because I was like really curious how long she was gonna do it for without even saying anything. So she didn't say anything, she just kept licking her mic like, and I was like, okay, that's really interesting. Yeah, that Twitch stream. Yeah, Amoranth. Yeah, Amoranth. Yeah, Amoranth. In other words, you're more accurate with your feelings and you don't just randomly say things. I might say some random things, maybe. I might say some random things. And I was like watching Amoranth, right? And so I really thought Twitch was just a platform where you can stream and like where you can just kind of talk to your viewers and whatever. She just completely, there was no communication between like the streamer and viewers, right? She just kept like licking the mic, her mic, and while showing her cleavage, because like she was wearing a bikini or something. So should I do that? Tell me, everybody. Should I do that? Should I do that? Tell me. Yes, Wano. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Should I do that? Should I do that? Tell me. No. Kimoi. Yes or yes? Yes. No. How do people flirt in Japan? Do you guys want to know how people flirt in Japan? I can teach you. I mean, I don't have like much experience, but I can teach you how like Japanese people. Yeah, do it. Just do it. All right. All the people who want to hear me, or like do hear like all the people who want to see me do stuff like that, just go to OnlyFans and search Justin Bieber Vivo. That's my OnlyFans account. So yeah, that's where I show my stuff. So if you're interested in that. I forgot my nephews could be watching this. I don't think they know English. Wait! I literally just talked about my first time experience on stream. And they could be watching my stream right now. That's awkward. But yeah, sure, I can talk about like how Japanese guys flirt and stuff. I'm not really sure. But you know what though? I study psychology. I've been studying psychology since I was like 12. So I actually know how to tell like when people kind of like you. But are you guys interested in that? Say one if you're interested. Say two if you're not interested in like stuff like that. Do they speak English? I don't think so. No. I don't think so. There's actually a way to know like if people like you or like are interested in you. What, right? I know everybody's interested in it. I mean, I was interested in it too, like when I first like started learning that. So whoa! Wow, that was sudden, but thank you so much for the donation, Almas. But thank you so much for the donation. Wow, that was sudden, but thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much, Almas. Thank you so much for that. Demo, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. So, when you guys like try to figure out when people are interested in you, that's not $500. That's like $50. But still, but thank you so much for the donation. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it either way. And so I have a question. When you guys want to know, like when people are into you or people like you, what do you do? How do you try to figure out, like, how do you try to figure out whether they are not into you or not? Tell me, chat. Tell me. How do you do it? How do you do it? Tell me. You sound a little hoarse. I think I've been sounding like this for a long time on my channel. Tell me. Talk to them more. More evidence. Like what? Physical expression. Like what? I talked about it before, maybe. And you were there, maybe, yeah. I've been kind of talking about it. Body speech, tone of speech, and engagement. People don't like me. Talk to them straightforward. The guy has to be pretty obvious for me to notice. I'm a woman. I ask. I don't have time for games. Flirt to see what happens. Flirt a bit. So yeah, some like one viewer like already knew about this, but I kind of talked about this before. So a lot of people say like oh, body language and whatever, right? But you can hide it. And especially, it's really, a lot of people are like, oh, I just, try to check like their facial expression, but they can hide it, obviously. So from like a psychological point of view, what you have to pay attention to is like their feet, by the way. Their feet. Like which direction they are facing is what you have to pay attention to. Basically, when they are interested in you, or like even they like you as a person, they will look straight forward to you like this. When they literally are not interested in you, their feet will be like maybe this, maybe that, maybe this. It could be anything. But when they are straightforward, being like here, like this, straightforward, when their feet is like looking at you straightforward, they are interested in you usually. That's one of the things, and this is like a really, really famous one, by the way. This guy just went on WikiHow to see how someone likes you. Some people do that, and a lot of them are actually BS, but a lot of them are actually based on like some psychology as well. Like, so in my case, I've been studying psychology like since I was like 13, but it's like a famous thing. It's a famous, popular thing. And also, there's like this thing. So like, if you're a guy, you sound a bit more low pitched when you see a girl like you are interested in. When you are a girl, well, you sound a lot more high pitched. What I mean by that is like, if you're a girl and if you're talking to your crush, you go like, nice to meet you. If you're a guy, you go like, oh, nice to meet you. That's actually one of the things. But like, some people don't do that. So it cannot be like, it's not like a 100% thing, but like some people do that as well. And the pitch thing, yeah. But if you're a guy, you sound low pitched, and if you're a girl, like you sound high pitched. And the thing about it is, if you're the reason why like they do it is like, there's a reason actually. Like, it's just based on our instinct. People are into girls who sound high pitched, like generally. There might be some exceptions, and people are also into guys who sound low pitched. So like, we, like, as human beings, we want to impress like other people, right? So if you're a guy, you cannot try to sound low pitched when you see like your crush and whatever, like unintentionally. You don't even think about that, and you do that actually. Just record yourself like when you are talking to your crush and whatever. You do that, like legit. And Kejuan Brown, thank you so much. ASMR on the spot, please. I'll think about it. And if you're a girl, like, you cannot sound high pitched, and that's just what we do naturally. And at the same time, nah, girl, talk to me with deep throat Mongolian sound. So basically, if you're a guy, try to speak low pitched as possible, and then you'll be popular with ladies. 40% of the time, how you speak itself, like Corpse Husband, and that's kind of why he's really popular with like all the ladies out there, right? If you sound really, really high pitched as a guy, you really don't get popular. And a lot of ladies out there have a thing for voices, usually. So if you're a guy and if you can sound low pitched in front of like your crush, there's like some chance that your crush might like you. Girls don't really care about like what you look like. They do care about what you look like in a way, like how healthy you look and whatever. But if you can sound low pitched, they will be like. And if you're a girl, just try to sound high pitched, and the guys will be like. But yeah, that's just one of the things. So, how to get a deep voice? And just be 49 years old or something. I don't know. I mean, but still, there's a way to make your voice sound low pitched, like forcibly. I don't know if you guys are interested in that one, but like, basically, breathe in, take a deep breath, and breathe out. And try to speak while you are breathing out, like this, a little bit like this. So you sound relaxed, right? And this is actually one of the things like a lot of voice actors do, including myself. Like when we are supposed to play a character, for example. So if you breathe out and if you sound relaxed like this, that's what people say you sound low pitched. And that's what kind of Morgan Freeman does actually. He was talking about this method before. So if you just breathe out and speak like this while kind of being relaxed, that's what people like. and that's when people will like. So, but if you want to sound high pitched, just freaking breathe in and speak. Like, oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Wait, I might actually die. Why are you teaching me to be cringe? I don't know. I'm sorry. But that's it. Let me just freaking watch Chris Broad stuff, but like another one. I want to watch something
So
else.
this
We are simping for Chris Broad here. Like that's what we are supposed to do. Do you know any regular, really popular Seiyu in person? I work like all by myself as a voice actor, so I really. Oh, by the way. Let's just watch my stuff, as in like, not my videos, but like, stuff I worked for as a voice actor. What? Yeah, this one. I worked for this guy, and Usagi, Yojin, Usagi. Where is it though? Usagi Yojimbo. Oh. Hello, my name is Sora for How Bizarre Studios, and today's video is about Usagi Yojimbo. Oh no, this is cringy. I'm sorry. The video is not cringy. I'm sorry. The video is not cringy, and like everything is cringy. It's just like I cringe at my own voice. I'm sorry. Whom Sakai had said was inspired by the life of legendary swordsman. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna watch it anymore. I'm really sorry. Let's just go back to an actual amazing Abroad in Japan channel. Like, I really like Chris Broad. He's my hero.
So this incredible.
I'm sorry, it's just cringy when I watch like my stuff. I'm really sorry. I don't know, I cringe at my own voice. And I think everybody does. Like, everybody just cringes at, reacts to people's reactions towards you. That sounds like a great idea. Wait, do people ever freaking react to Strada Troll? They do. Oh, people do. But I'm not gonna do it this time. Anime Man! Anime Man's up amazing too. Anime Man's like freaking my hero. Ah, sushi. 日本人の女の子が欲しい男の特徴. Wait, this looks amazing. 26 features Japanese girls want from men. What, you are famous. This must be the work of the organization. I'm not really famous though. I never consider myself as a famous guy or like a popular person, really.
If you could measure your attractiveness to Japanese women with a simple test.
Let me actually change the language to English.
Imagine if you could
26 traits Japanese girls want in a guy.
measure your attractiveness to Japanese women with a simple test, a simple list of desired physical and personality traits. Well, now you can. An article in a Japanese women's magazine recently caused a stir online after it revealed the characteristics of the perfect man.
This really explains like how unpopular I am, right? I don't look like that, like at all. So I know like a lot of people are kind of biased on my channel. So like people tell me like, oh my gosh, so sorry, you have to be popular. Again, I'm not popular at all, like 100%. Like this explains, right? This explains. It's not Sora. I don't look like that, right?
Today we're going to go through that list and uncover the secrets to success together. And to help us understand why Japanese girls find some of these weird and wacky traits appealing, we're going to be interrogating a real-life Japanese girl, my good friend Jack.
Chris Broad looks like a Hollywood star. Damn. Like seriously.
You may have seen a few years back in our previous groundbreaking expose on how to date Japanese girls. I'll be keeping a score out of 26 as we go through, and so should you, and perhaps we can find this perfect hypothetical man. Who knows? Could be sitting right here. Or maybe it's you. Anyway, pen and paper at the ready.
Are there any Japanese people now? 日本人の人います？日本人の人もいます？ Wait, if there are any Japanese people, tell me. Say, いますよって日本語で言ってください。if there are any Japanese people, tell me. I'm just really curious. About something. Now there has to be some Japanese people here. There have to be. I know there are some. いますよ。いるか。やっぱいますよね。いないよって言ってる時点でいるんだよね、100%。ちょっと普通に疑問だったんですけれども、皆さんが女性か男性か分かりませんが、女性だとして、これか、this one or Chris Broad? Which one is better looking? This one or this one? Oh, I mean, maybe here. Alright. Chris Broad か、さっきの画像、どっちの方がいいですか？ Which one's better looking? I kind of want to say Chris Broad is like better looking. He's more good looking. Chris Broad, yeah. Right? So I really don't know if this is what people want. Japanese people want in a guy. But I guess, I mean, 日本の方がいいと思う。マジか。まあそういう思考もあるんですね。
For our once in every 4-year meetup. But today I've got a list of 26 traits that Japanese women allegedly like in a guy. We're going to go through each one, and hopefully you can tell us a bit about why that trait is on the list. And while we're doing that, we're going to keep a score and see how many of those traits that I actually have. So you take that, you keep a score. Obviously, the number is going to be pretty high, because obviously.
It's a famous sign. When girls are touching their hair, it's either they are really, really nervous, or they are into you. It's like one of those. It's a famous sign, but yeah. In this case, maybe she's just nervous.
Obviously.
And if if they touch their lips, that usually means like they are really, really nervous like this. Like they want to hide something.
Just don't run out of any ink. So trait number 1.
And if they cross their arms like this, they want to protect themselves, right? Like that really means like they are feeling uncomfortable, they're really feeling nervous or something. Like that could be anything. They want to protect themselves, like, with their arms. So they're like she's not doing it now, which is a great thing.
The ideal man is good at cooking a rice omelette. Very specific, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Now I can cook an omelette. I can cook an omelette very well, but I can't cook rice.
Okay.
I seem to always mess it up, and it turns into like a risotto. It goes all watery and horrible.
Isn't this BS? How does Sora know a lot about women? It's not like about women, it's just like about people. Because again, like I've been studying psychology since I was like 12, right?
So, off to a great start. Why do you think of all the dishes, why do you think it's rice omelette?
I think that's because all children like it.
Right.
And we try omelette when we are child. So if a guy cook it, I think that's really cute.
Right.
It's not BS! It's actually BS! I've never seen any girls who are like that. Wait, what? It's a BS! Wait, what? Wait, this has to be a troll. This has to be a troll. That's the purpose of the... Oh, so this is a troll, huh? I mean, again, I don't have like much experience with like people in general, but this has to be a troll.
There you go then. Rice omelette.
Well, you can't cook, so I'm gonna tick no.
Brilliant. off to a great start.
Fail.
The ideal guy is always smiling. Would you?
Really? Yeah, I smile all the time like this. I really kind of doubt it.
You want to date someone who's always smiling?
But it's if you
What if the
smile
girl's vegan?
unnecessarily
Yeah,
every
right?
single minute, that's awkward.
Exactly.
But,
Say you fall down the stairs
yeah,
into a bucket of knives,
Yeah.
and I'm smiling.
yeah,
I wouldn't be a very good boyfriend, would I? Yeah? That seems like a stupid point.
yeah.
Stupid. Glad I'm not always smiling.
So,
I don't think.
it's fair.
The ideal guy currently works part-time at a cafe.
Please tell me this is a troll video, like freaking. I mean, this has to be a troll. I kind of understand it, like only a little bit, but really? Currently works part-time at a cafe? I mean, I guess like that's oshare is like what Japanese people say, right? Like that's, oh my god, that's just so like, that's just so, oh my gosh, like that's just so cool that you work at a cafe, oh my gosh. But again, do you really want to date a guy who works part-time at a cafe? I mean, like, I guess like what he works for doesn't matter, but like, do you really think that's just a must? What? Yeah, I guess. Why a cafe? I think it's just because it's kind of cool to work at a cafe or something? Maybe? I don't know. It's making fun of a bad article in a newspaper. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Why is that there? I don't understand that.
I kind of understand. I think
But she understands though. She understands though.
girls love cafe in Japan. Like all Japanese girls love to go to a cafe, and if guys are working there, that's cute.
Right.
Like, and if you're handsome working at a cafe, I feel like, wow.
Right. I mean, let's just.
Holy hell, you know what? You can even work for McDonald's or like Starbucks and be like, oh, I'm so good looking. And you'll be actually popular. Damn, that's crazy. Isn't that everybody? Isn't that everybody crazy? Girls do love cafes, but I don't know. Yeah, right?
This is. I mean, I suppose if you work part time at a cafe, there's a good chance you're going to be smiling a lot because you need to get the tips in, and there's a good chance you're going to be able to cook a rice omelette. So it seems like a very specific type of person.
Yeah.
And so far, of the three, I haven't got a single one of those traits. Brilliant.
No, you haven't got any yet.
The ideal guy wants to get married someday.
Yeah, true that. That's actually true. I've heard of it somewhere. Yeah, I guess this is not really a troll stuff. Yeah, when it comes down to that. So yeah, girls like to like they want to get married in Japan. So like it's a thing. Yeah, I know about this. You have an OnlyFans? Nope.
No. I don't
This one's fair. Yeah, right.
Oh, you don't want to get married in the future?
No. I'd be too busy working part time at a cafe to have such luxuries as marriage and love. I did date a Japanese girl once, and after dating for a month, the word marriage started coming up an awful lot in conversation.
After 1 month?
After 1 month.
Yeah, so after 25 or if you reach 30, like everyone expect we have to get married.
I heard there's the expression, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's expression.
You know what's funny though? So from my experience, I don't know like if it's the same in your country, everybody. I don't know where everybody's from, but like there are some girls who would sleep with you to just get pregnant, right? So that they can marry you. Like it's a thing in Japan. Is it a thing in Japan? I mean, is it a thing in your country, everybody? I don't know where everybody is from, but it's a thing. It's a thing. They sleep with you and they tell you to cream pie. And boom, you have a kid and you have to marry her and it's a thing. Is it a thing outside of Japan? Yeah? It's a thing? Okay, so it's not really a Japanese thing. Okay, thank you so much. I was kind of confused by it. But yeah, it's a thing, huh? Scary, isn't it?
That you're a Christmas cake
Christmas cake.
in Japan.
Yes.
Christmas cakey. After 25 years old, after the 25th of December, Christmas cakes go on discount and nobody wants a Christmas cake anymore. Something quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about it, yeah. Like, urenokori is like what we say, right? A Christmas cake. Like, you are so old, so like people don't try to go after you, but I kinda doubt it. in 2021. I know like it was like that before, but it's kind of changing a little bit because like I know like there are a lot of people who, I mean, again, like I was 21 when I dated my GF and she was like 26, so
Quite sinister.
That's a bit sad. But yeah.
There's a sense of pressure to get married.
but yeah, you don't have to like feel like sad about it. Yeah, there's a, you know, this term like MILF as well, right? And again, like it's kind of changing in Japan a little bit because like people are, of course, like people get older as well, and yeah, it's not really like that anymore, but it was like that before. I know, so
It's a lot of pressure.
Or to be on the path to marriage
Yes.
by 25 years old.
Yes.
Yeah, the
That's
pressure.
why if you think about marriage when you have a relationship, girls will be yes.
Girls will be yes. Girl, that'll be another good t-shirt. Girls will be yes. The ideal guy likes eating meat and meaty dishes. Yeah.
this is just BS. But this kind of makes sense a little bit. Yeah, this kind of makes sense a little bit. I don't know. But damn, wait. You know what, everybody? It's freaking 12. I've been streaming for 3 hours. What the? And thank you so much for the donation, Awesome Mirza. Have you played any video games recently? Yeah, I kind of played a Fortnite with one of my friends 2 days ago. Was it yesterday? I think that was yesterday actually. There's this one guy who I'm really close to, a Japanese guy, and yeah, I've been, you know, playing Fortnite with him, like not really every night, but like once every 3 days, 2 days. So I've been playing kind of games sometimes. But thank you so much for the donation. I have to go to bed because like I'm supposed to go to this like one sushi restaurant that serves like 50 pieces of sushi for $20, right? Keep streaming. I know. I like this. Chris Broad is like just so entertaining that I can just watch him like freaking like forever, like legit. But I have to go to bed because like, you know, I want to go to the sushi restaurant tomorrow, right? In order for me to go to the sushi restaurant, I have to sleep and yeah, get ready for it. Again, in 12 hours from now, 50 pieces of sushi. I'm gonna go to this one restaurant and check if 50 pieces of sushi are actually sold for $20 or not. I googled it, and it's apparently a thing, and I couldn't really believe it. It's in Chiba City. I was like, what? So, in 12 hours now, I will do it. So if you guys are interested in like seeing what $12 sushi will be like, you'll see it. And thank you so much, Fat Mochi. Thanks for the fan stream. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. I feel like I know you. Do I personally know you? Fat Mochi? Maybe not, but like if I do, thank you so much for joining my stream. I really appreciate it. Maybe not. Anyway, so I will just try to read some comments, and I will just try to interact with some people here for 3 minutes. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. When will the next stream? In 12 hours. Filipino restaurant. Like all the restaurants are closed tomorrow. Like not open. I have to wait until like 6 p.m. or something, and I don't really think I can do that. So. Yeah. My life? I guess I do. Right now, you mean? Or... Yeah, like, I'm a hardcore Shit-Ran fan, so like, I've been watching his stuff like a lot. So I don't know, like... If he just did a stream, I missed it. Did I? I feel like I did actually, didn't I? My mom? Oh, wait. I'm not 17. I don't really live with my mom anymore. My mom is not here. 何この歌？自分の歌です。2年前に作ったんだっけな、これ。Will you stream the sushi? Yeah. What time? In 12 hours. Sokon. I don't know what that is. So nope. He's actually downstairs. Like he's been with me recently. Because it's quieter here. He's supposed to live with my brothers, like family members, and like with my mom. But since like I have this my house by myself, he kind of started sleeping here a lot more because like it's quieter here. So. How tall are you? 170 centimeters tall, which is like 5'7". I doubt what. I really don't want her to know about my channel. If she does, awkward. But like, if she just searches my name on Google, like this channel comes up. But most 0010's realm, thank you. Soak on these nuts. Alright. I don't think she does, because like I haven't really talked to her recently. That will be really awkward if she knows about my channel. Like legit. True that. What did you say you work as to your mom? I didn't really say anything about my mom. I just said I don't live with my mom. Okay, so that's been 3 minutes. I have to go. So I will just stream the sushi thing. I actually made the thumbnail myself, and thank you so much for the donation. Christian, who's the next VTuber and or YouTuber you're gonna simp to? The anime man, maybe. I mean, whatever I do, people are gonna freaking call me a simp, and this is gonna be the thumbnail. I freaking made it like in 5 seconds. So just wait for it. I will just make the scheduled thing from now on, so just wait until it starts, and I'll show you guys like what 50 pieces of sushi for $20 would look like in Japan. I think it will be hilarious. Like it's not gonna be like, they are not gonna be rotten or anything, but wait for it. I'm gonna just leave the archive for like 10 hours or something. I will delete it later, or like unlist it later. Anyways, I will get off now. 3. And San Mirza, thank you so much for the donation. I love you. Love you too. Thank you so much for telling me that, and thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Anyways, I'm getting off now. Every time I say I'm getting off now, people kind of laugh at it, but like I don't mean it that way, right? So see ya, take care, and I will see you guys in 12 hours if you guys are interested in the sushi. But 3, 2, 1.